Yeah. Welcome back. We had a connection issue the other time, so we stopped at. Oh, sorry about that. So we stopped at trying to initialize our environment. So let me confirm if everything is working fine now. I don't actually know what happened the last time. Yeah, I think everything is good now. So we had a little issue initializing our directory. So to initialize our directory, we've saved our file as Terraform first terra.tf. So the file must be saved as .tf. So then we do Terraform, since we have Terraform installed already. So Terraform init. So it is initializing the backend and downloading the necessary plugins or modules. So we have to do Terraform plan. So the plan, so basically it's going to tell you what it is going to do. So first thing we are doing here is that we are creating a local file which is stored at this directory and with this content, and another local file which is stored here at this directory. Another local file which is stored at this directory, and this having this content in it. Yeah. So this is it. So when you see the plus sign, it is creating something. It is creating. So granting it a permission, file permission 077. So let's move on to creating the file itself, which is Terraform Apply. Yeah. So we're going to press yes. Yeah, good. So let's move to our TMP directory. TMP, yes. So let's let's try to open rise.txt. Yeah, so we have our what's it called here, the content of our rise.txt. So it created the file at rise.txt, and let's look at the pets. So let's say pets.txt. So I'm a dog and not a cat. So that's all you need to know about creating local files using Terraform. So basically you could do many other things using this. So in this video we'll be moving more into the Terraform processes or the phases that it's used mainly in Terraform. So firstly, the first thing we should note that in Terraform there are three main processes. Although there are a lot, but there are three main processes that is compulsory, or not compulsory, but there are two that is compulsory out of the three. But the three are usually recommended before you move on to any project. So the first thing you have to know is that when creating a Terraform project, you have to let's go to the last directory. So if you want to go to the last directory you left, so you're just going to do this. Left.tmp. So sorry, not tmp. So for any Terraform file to work, or if you want to run a Terraform file, so you need three phases. So number one is the Terraform init, initialization or init. So the Terraform, also you have the Terraform plan, and we also have the Terraform apply. So what Terraform plan does is that is the first thing you have to do. That's the first step. So you must not do anything before it. So basically it's initializes the directory that you have your Terraform file. So it's going to look for any file with .tf extension. So when it finds this file, it's going to check into it, check these resources or any other provider or any other resource. Okay, don't let us move into providers now. So it's going to check the resources and see if there's anything that needs to be downloaded, this plugin. So it's going to go to the Terraform website to download this plugin into this local plugin. So it downloads this local plugin, and that can be confirmed from this place. So Terraform plan, yeah. So initializing provider plugin, so reusing previous HashiCorp from the base. So it's actually downloading it from there. So the local plugin, so that's the work of Terraform init. So, and it's going to initialize the directory. So that's the work of the Terraform init. So Terraform plan is just showing you the plan, as the name suggests. It's going to show you the plan for the Terraform file, or the plan in the Terraform file. So it's going to show you everything that's going to happen after you successfully run your file, your Terraform file. So basically that's the work of it. So there's no action specific, but it's going to show you, it's going to show you, okay, you're going to create this, you're going to destroy this, you're going to replace this, and the likes. So that's the work of the Terraform apply plan. Sorry. So the work of the Terraform apply is to create or provision or destroy or replace or perform any action specified in the Terraform file. So the first command is just to initialize, just to download the necessary plugin needed for the file to run. So the Terraform plan is just going to show you the steps that you are going to use to, that is the steps needed for the execution plan. So it's going to show you the execution plan. So on the third, the Terraform apply is going to show you it's going to show you the if you want there, it's going to perform the action, the action specified in the plan. So these are just the three commands that you need in the Terraform file. So another two commands I would like to mention now is the Terraform FMT. So it's basically Terraform format. So it's going to reformat your code to make it neater. So it's going to format your code to make it neater. And we have another one, Terraform Validate. So it's going to check if you have any error in the Terraform file. Wow, that's nice. So in the Terraform file, so that's the work of these two. So let's look at this practically. So I think we have, so after running the Terraform, so we have this. Okay, let's now go deep into that, so that you would understand easier. So we have the Terraform format. So let's look at our file before. Okay, let's look at Terraform Validate. So it's definitely going to give us errors due to these, these things that we've added here. So we shouldn't be there. Okay, sorry. So it's not going to give us error because it's going to look into the block, the resources block, if there's any error. So for example, let me remove this and save it. Okay, I've not saved that before actually. I think that's why. So let's save it without removing this. Let's save it. So we have invalid characters. So it's going line 11. So look at it, line 11. So it's going to tell you you have this, you shouldn't have this there, you shouldn't have this, that. So let's remove that. So I hope you've memorized that, or you've understood that. So we have let's, for example, remove the double quote here. So we do our Terraform Validate again. So it's going to bring errors. You have an error, you do so you have to make sure you make it clean and nice. So let's assume we have a space here, for example. So the Terraform format. Okay, let's include our double quotes. So let's save it. So Terraform format. So it's definitely okay. We have an error somewhere. I think we've tampered with something. So line 5. Oh, you see that. So Terraform format is even showing us that we have an error already. That's smart enough. Great. So it's going to format our files to make everything is well indented, and everything is well arranged and readable. So that makes a lot of sense. So that's all you need to know about the Terraform Apply, the Terraform init, Terraform plan, Terraform format, and Terraform validate. So they are not difficult. So it just takes a lot of practicing. So let's create another file from scratch. So we have the resource. So the resources, they are basically the objects that are needed. So we could use local file. So we want to create a file on our local machine. So we want to give it a name. A name is anything we just want to use to recognize it. So we have these. So great. So we have file name. So we are going to show the directory. So that /tmp. So tmp directory. Let's call it test YouTube. Oh, anyway. So we have the contents of this directory. So test YouTube, testing, learning. So you learn by making mistakes actually. So this file here, so firstly we are going to remove our Terraform file here and also the state file here. So I'm going to explain what Terraform state is in a moment now. So remove. So I think we shouldn't have them there again. So that makes a lot of sense. So the next thing we're going to do is now start afresh, or save this file. Save this file. So we've saved it as first Terra. It should be in this directory now. So the file is new without any issue. The file is new without any issue. So the first thing we're going to do is what? Terraform, can you say it? Terraform init, so initialize it. So it's going to download the necessary plugin. So it's downloading the local plugin from the Terraform, the HashiCorp website. So that makes a lot of sense. So that's it. It is initializing the backend, or the directory, the folder. So the next thing we're going to do is let's do Terraform format first. So I think it is recommended for it to be two lines and 2 spaces after this for easy readability. Okay, everything seems good. Okay, everything seems good now. So let's list our file. Can you see we don't have any other file except this? So we've done the Terraform format, Terraform init. Terraform format is just to format, it's not necessary. But if you want to check if your code is well written, that is no errors, probably semicolon, a quote or stuff. So Terraform validate. So yeah, so success validation is configuration is valid. So that makes a lot of sense. So the next thing we're going to do is Terraform Apply. Terraform Apply. So before we do Terraform Apply, let's look at this. Look at this folder now. We only have this. We don't have any except the files that were there before. So I think those are my personal files. So let's do something. We are going to see how Terraform state works now. So when you do Terraform Apply, it's going to perform all the action. It's going to create this file name at /test YouTube and /tmp/test YouTube. So I'm going to input the content into this file. So it's a local file as well. So let's do Terraform Apply. And another thing Terraform Apply is going to do is it's going to create a state file. It's going to create a state file. So I'm going to do a different topic for that. But let's move on with this. So I'm going to do a new video for that, the next video, hopefully. So create, yes. So let's look at the directory again. So we have terraform.tf state file. So terraform.tf state file, which makes a lot of sense. So the thing we are going to do now is to check our tmp folder, our tmp directory for, what's the name of the file? Test YouTube. Okay, so let's just cut test YouTube. Yeah, testing learning. So that makes a lot of sense. I think we are beginning to understand what Terraform does now. So I would recommend you check out the Terraform website. That is the API itself, or the documentation. The API documentation. So it's going to show you many things. You have a lot of things to learn here, to be honest with you. So with that, we could get started with Terraform. I hope you've learned something from this video. So my next video will be based on state, and also you're going to talk in depth about space, and you're going to talk in depth about a state file, and also we are going to talk in depth about what are the important part of Terraform, also the provider file, the provider resources, and also we are going to go in depth in what resources it is, and different types of resources that you could use in Terraform. And hopefully we are going to create our first EC2 instance and our first S3 bucket using just a single file. And we are going to talk about the Terraform feed, then state, its effects, and why Terraform is why it is is an immutable what's it called, language. That is, when you create it, you can't edit it, but whenever you try to edit it and you run Terraform to apply, it is going to it is going to destroy this instance or anything you've actually added there. So we are going to look into that in our next stream again. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate you spending this time with me. I hope you subscribe to my